Okay. Thank you guys for joining. I'll just quickly share this link to my Facebook. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Okay. Okay, yeah. We just start. We got I don't know if my guest is here, if she's already here, but a lot of people are here. And like I promised yesterday, I said we will be talking about the topic, does marriage define you as a woman? Does marriage define you as a woman? I'll just, while I'm waiting for my guests to join, can you please just share and invite someone to join us on this podcast? Anyways, my name is Blessing Imafidon, and this is the School of Life. And here we talk about interesting topics. We talk about life-changing topic, motivational topic, inspirational topic. All these topics together, we talk about them, and we make sure people learn. We are open and welcome to anything you have to give, but please no insult and no derogatory statement. If you have anything to say about someone, I'm not of the opinion you have to insult that person. Better ways to transfer your thought to a person without any form of insult. So yesterday we started the topic respect in relationship, and we were able to extensively deal on what respect is in relationship, and we're able to say cheating in relationship, any form of cheating, it's highly disrespectful. And when we say cheating in relationship, a lot of time, oftentimes people think it's just about um, cheating with another person outside of your husband, but cheating, it's a lot more than that. It could be financial cheating, emotional cheating. We talked about emotional cheating. when you're supposed to be emotionally present for your partner, you are not present to your partner, or you're emotionally present to other people. That's you cheating in your relationship, and it is highly disrespectful. And we're able to talk about having to be open to your partner, all form of openness. Whatever, there is no privacy. We were able to differentiate as well the difference between privacy and boundaries in relationship. Privacy has got nothing to do with your spouse, but boundaries has everything to do with your spouse. Your spouse should be able to understand your boundaries as a woman or your boundaries as a man. But privacy, it's a no-no. So we talked about phone, your husband not being able to access your phone or your wife not being able to access your phone. Then we talked about, we said that that's is truly, there is something that is not real, and there is something that is not true about that relationship. So privacy should be outside of the doors of marriage, but boundaries can be done within marriage. And also, a lot of questions popped out. A lot of questions popped out, and we were able to sort all of them out. And we were taking so much of the time, so we had to end the live yesterday, last night, just so we can continue tonight. And tonight we'll be starting with, does marriage define you as a woman? Does marriage define you as a woman? The comment section on YouTube, on TikTok is open for any form of question, any form of suggestion. You can, any form of answer, you can put your answer there. What you think, there is no wrong or right answer. It's just we seeing answers from our perspective. And if you give your answer as no, you should be able to tell us why. If you give your answer as yes, you should be able to tell us why. While I'm waiting for my guest, I'll just uh, I'll just dive straight into it. Okay. Um, I'm not supposed to start it, but I think I should start it because she's supposed to be here with me, but she's not here yet. I don't know why she's not here yet. She just called me to tell me she will be joining, so I don't know why she's not here yet. It's not like I don't have something to say, but because I'm hosting her, I want to give her the privilege to be able to extensively talk about our experiences and our expertise in this regard. But however, let's just go with the topic. What do we think marriage is? What do we think marriage is? Whatever you think marriage, you can put it on the comment section. What do you think marriage is? Yeah, I think marriage is the coming together of two people for companionship, for partnership, for growth, for development, for increased self esteem. However, that's not just the only purpose of marriage. And that's not the only definition that has to do with marriage. It's just from my point of view and my point of, my point of opinion. So that's what marriage is. It's the coming together of two people for companionship. Like we know before, a man and a woman, a man and a woman. So I'm going to stick to that. I'm not going to go outside of that. I'm just going to stick with the fact that marriage is the coming together of a man and a woman for companionship, for partnership, for growth and development, for increased self esteem and confidence. But whatever you think marriage is, you can put it on the comment section or you can send me a private message. That would be totally fine. So I would go straight, like, what do we think? What do we think? Do we think marriage defined us as a woman? I am a woman, and by the grace of God, I'm married. Do I think marriage defined me as a woman? Do I think marriage defines me as a woman? A lot of people will say yes, yeah, because when you are married, your name will be from Miss to Mrs. in the African sector, but oftentimes in the Western world, it's just a form of it's just it's just there. That's how best I can describe it. It's just there. Marriage is just there. It's not like we carry it differently. The African people carry marriage differently. The Western people carry marriage differently. Oftentimes in the African culture and background, marriage is highly rated. It's highly rated that when ladies who are of a marriageable age are not married, they are kind of some of them develop low self-esteem and low self-confidence. They feel they are not good enough, and some of them jump from one religious house to another religious house, and that's where you get people who are not truly called by God take advantage of that situation. They abuse them, they play with their emotions, they promise them that thing called marriage. They promise them marriage just to ease them, taking advantage of them because these people feel pressured. They feel pressured by the society, by the members of the family. A lot of them do not even speak in public because they feel like I'm not married. And sometimes when some of them even come outside to speak, they tell them to shut their mouth because they are not married. They be like, shut up, you have no experience whatsoever, you are not married. When you get married, come back and advise us. So in the African sector, I'm talking based on the African background, a lot of unmarried women who are of a marriageable age, they do not air their view freely because they have people who's going to judge them. They have people who's going to look down on them. They have people who's going to subdue them because there is no Mrs. attached to their name. And um, I am one of those many people who has come to change the narrative. I am going to go straight to the answer that marriage doesn't define you as a woman. Before you're going to sit there and judge me and say, what is she even saying? I would like you to stay with me. Stick on here. Just stay calm, and I would gradually try to explain what I mean when I say marriage doesn't define you as a woman. What defines you as a woman is your character, not marriage. What defines you? Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining my life. Thank you guys for joining my podcast. What defines you as a woman is your personal trait, your personal ability, your values, your discipline, your advancement, your development, your improvement is what defines you as a woman. Not every married woman is a good woman. And not every unmarried woman is a bad woman. Did you get that? I would like to write that down because after this teaching, I like to put everything here that we said. I just said not every married woman is a good woman. And not every unmarried woman is a bad woman. So having the opportunity to be married, it's not because you are a good woman. And for those who are yet to be married, it's not because you're a bad woman. No, that's not why you're not married, but let's focus on those who are married. It's not because you're married, it's not because you are a good woman, that's why you're married. You're married because life happens, fate happens, chance happens. That's why you're married. It's not because you have the best of character. It's not because you have the best of intellect. It's not because you are a public speaker like I am now, or you communicate publicly like I do at this moment. It's just time and chance. and it's just fate. And to those who are yet to be married, it's not because you have a bad character. It's not because you are in a challenging situation. It's not because you're not beautiful. It's not because you're not elegant. It's not because you're not educated. It's just time and chance. Give yourself time. Give yourself chance. You'll be fine. You will definitely get there. For those who really and genuinely want to settle down, for those who really want to get married, you will be settled. So, marriage doesn't define you as a woman. What defines you is your character. Do you have good character? And most of the time, when we talk about character, people think how you greet people, how you say hello, how you speak to people, how you interact with people. Yes, all these are part of character, not entirely character. Character, how do you see life? How do you see life? How do you act towards things? How do you act when you're under pressure? How do you behave? All of these things constitute character. Your personal character. Again, what defines a woman is your personality, your integrity. Your personality, your integrity, your uniqueness. Not every woman are the same. Not every woman is the same. Women are different. People are different, as well as men. So this Lady A is totally different from Lady B. Expecting Lady A to act like Lady B is totally wrong and unacceptable. It is fine that, yes, you can possess a personal trait and personal uniqueness. It is totally fine and acceptable to possess a personal trait and personal uniqueness, but you don't have to be like your neighbor. Don't you think there is a certain way this woman dresses? That's why she got married. And don't you think there is a certain way this woman speaks? That's why she's married? No. It's just your uniqueness. That's what defines you as a woman, not marriage. Your uniqueness, your personality, your internal trait like integrity, your internal trait like your likes, your talent, your quality, your intellect, your kindness, and your impact. Okay, my guest is here. Your impact. That's what defines you as a woman. Hello, Constance.
Hi, Blessing. Good morning.
Oh,
Good
it's afternoon over there and it's evening over here. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you again. I really appreciate. I'm not taking this for granted. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say? Apologies for coming late. People have been waiting for you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even know that we're on air already. I was waiting for the link.
Oh.
I was waiting for you to send me the link to join on YouTube. So
yeah, I already sent the link, so it could have been a misunderstanding over there.
Yeah, I got a link to listen, but not to participate.
Oh.
How are you?
I'm all right. I was work today.
Great, work is going fine.
Oh, thank you for joining. How is Trump dealing with you guys over there? Perfect, right?
What can I say?
Yeah.
I think he's doing exactly what he said he would do. So
okay.
No surprises.
No surprises. That makes sense. Anyways, that makes sense.
So catch me up where we are.
Okay, yeah. While I was waiting for you, I just needed to start saying something, and so we stopped at last night. Does marriage define you as a woman? So I was just talking to the people who's been here listening to me, both on TikTok and on YouTube. I got viewers listening to me, and I was able to say, anyways, this is my opinion. I would just say my opinion, and I'll leave that first question for you to tell us about what you think. So I said, marriage doesn't define you as a woman. So as I was like, yeah. So what would define you as a woman? I think your personal trait and integrity, your intellect, your values, your character defines you as a woman. So what do you have to say about that, Constance?
Yeah, so the idea of a woman is different for everybody. Understand? We all have our purpose and uniqueness.
Yeah.
What defines you as a woman is your purpose. Right?
That makes sense. Oh wow.
Yeah. Your purpose is what really defines it. That's what makes you tick. Because everything you do is towards that purpose. You understand? So a woman can't be good, a woman can't be bad. Like in every gender, you have the good ones and the bad ones. And what makes you bad or good is your purpose. So if you're chasing a selfish purpose, that's who you are. That's what's going to define you. That's how people will see you, because you're being selfish. Everything you're doing is just geared to that purpose.
Yeah.
So I think the first question every woman needs to ask themselves is, what is the purpose? Am I just here to warm up the environment or to add to the numbers? What is my purpose? Because you need to have a purpose even before going into marriage or any life's commitment. Yeah. You need to have a purpose. So it's that purpose that's going to either fuel your journey or give you, a better outcome of whatever journey you decide to take on.
Yeah. So, but I think with the purpose, purpose cannot be achieved without character. What do you think? I think purpose cannot be achieved without character. As a woman, you have to put up the right character to life, and you have to have personal and personal integrity and personal trait, personal attribute. You get what I mean?
Yes, I agree with you that we all need to possess some good characters, right? Everybody, right, including the woman. However, if you don't have a purpose, it's hard for you to even be able to build character.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If you have a purpose, then you have to think of discipline. You have to think of integrity, your dignity, your courage, your charisma, and your grace.
Okay.
Because you're in pursuit of something.
If we talk about purpose, like you mentioned now, purpose has got nothing, or no, I wouldn't say it's got nothing. Purpose have everything to do with internal qualities. You get what I mean? But internal quality comes before purpose. That's what I think. Internal quality comes if you do not have that in these internal qualities, which includes character. So how are you going to marry it with your purpose as a woman?
Okay, so this is it. Like if you're raising a child, for example, right?
Yeah.
You tell the child, when you wake up in the morning, you greet your elders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? There's a purpose, there's a reason. It is towards something. If you're building character or building self-worth or whatever, you're going to school is for a reason, right? Your learning is for a reason. What is that reason? That reason is your purpose, right? It's something, we develop according to what we're fed with. You understand? That's how development is formed. By the resources that you have around you, or by the things you ingest, digest, or inhale. That's how you develop things you learn, right? Yeah. So the reason why you see some people don't have character, let's put it like that, it's because they don't have a purpose.
Okay, so the reason why people don't have character is because they don't have purpose. And now this will then lead me to, I've just been listening to you and thinking, marriage does have purpose. So what is the purpose of marriage? If what defines a woman is purpose, then what's the purpose of marriage then?
Okay, so now some people marry for different reasons.
Oh, okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. Some people marry because of societal pressure. Everybody's asking me to marry. I have to find someone to marry, right? And that's the purpose. Even though It is not. It shouldn't be the reason why you get married, right? Some people get married because they want to procreate. You understand? And some people get married because I love this person. I don't want to live my life without this person. Every other thing can come later. But right now, what I'm thinking about is marrying this person so that I can keep this person in my life or be in this person's life for the rest of my life. So that's a purpose. So now people come into marriage.
I'm listening. Thank you.
So the purpose of marriage is relative. But if we look at the concept of, if we look from the Bible's perspective, we know that the purpose of marriage is for procreation, companionship, partnership, and lots like that. So it's relative for everybody. But you still have to have a purpose, individual purpose. Even though you're married, you need to have individual purpose in marriage.
Yeah. But it's not like what you said. It's perfect, but my opinion as well is that what defines you as a woman is purpose defines you as a woman, which is good. Personal and internal qualities defines you as a woman. Your value defines you as a woman. When you are valuable, you bring values to the table. And when you bring you I don't know if you heard of this question, what do women bring to the table? What do women bring to the table?
Yes.
A lot of people come outside, a lot of women come outside and say, I have 4 children, I bring them to the table, I bring that to the table. These are all right. I won't say they are wrong, they are all right. But I think we can even do better.
You see, it's not even right. I'm sorry to put a hole in that statement.
All right.
But it's not right.
All right.
It's not right to say I bring 4 children to the table. They're not only your children.
Yeah,
children are made by 2 people.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And they are raised by a village. That's not for you.
Yeah.
That's just a caretaker. That's not what you bring to the table.
So you know what? I have to say that because I don't want to step on the toes of a lot of women, most especially from my background. A lot of women who think their value is just tied to having children, who think their value is just you could see it every single time when people ask, what do you bring to the table? They come with 1 children, 2 children, 3 children, 4 children and say, this is what I bring to the table. I think it's way above that.
Some people even say they are at the table. Have you heard that?
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Oh my God, how can? Anyways, I would be cautious with my word. I won't say derogatory statement like we are the table.
Yeah.
I think your value, your worth makes you who you are, not in the number of children you have. The number of children you have, whatever children, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's fine. That's part of it. That's not it. I'm not going to completely erode that. That's part of it. But I think your value as a person, your impact, as how well do you impact the generation? How well do you impact your sphere? How well do you impact your family, your society, your country in which you are in? Is one of those things that defines you as a woman. My guest has been able to say your purpose defines you as a woman. She's still going to continue with that. I just want to quickly chip this in. When I hear people say, I am the table, I have brought money to the table, I have brought children to the table, I have given you a home, I have, with or without nobody, you can still give people a home. You can still give yourself a home. You can still make a home. I am saying to you that you are made for more. You've been made for more. You're not just made to have children. You're not just made to make a home. You're not just made only for these reasons. Only for this reason. You're not just made for only for these reasons. You're made for multiple reasons. So when people ask you, what defines you as a woman? Your purpose defines you as a woman. Your values define you as a woman. Your personal quality defines you as a woman. And your impact Your impact defines you as a woman. You don't want to live a life without impact, without making impact. Constance, hello, Constance.
Yes, I'm here.
So can you continue, please?
Yeah, so now as a woman, you know, you need to have your own personal purpose. The reason is because you're going into a partnership, right? When you're getting married, you're going into a partnership. You need to have something to bring to that partnership. You know, if the man is going to be the planner, the executioner, the dreamer inside
everything.
that relationship, is going to lead to some roadblocks in marriage, right? So I was telling one of my sisters some time ago, I said, the reason why marriages break these days, the most common reason why marriages fail these days is because of resources. It's one-sided, right? When the resources is one-sided, there are bound to be conflicts.
Yeah.
You know, so as a woman, you want to be able to contribute.
Yeah, your values, yes.
Yeah, you want to be able to contribute, whether it's in the form of just showing up, right? Every day, showing up every day, every time, or it's in the form of finances, or it's in the form of, spiritual covering. You must have something that makes you unique and thick in that home. And you must also, as a woman, have a goal, have purpose. You know, there's so many people that could do more or could be doing more, but for some reason they just allow life to happen to them instead of happening to life. They just allow it to pass. They're just relaxed.
This is actually what happens when people go to marriage. Okay, this is actually what happens when women go into marriage without a purpose and without value.
True.
They don't have anything to offer apart from cook for the house and clean the house. It is part of it. That's part of it. We're not going to erode that, but we're just here saying you don't have to go into marriage without a value or without a purpose. That's what my guest here, Constance, is trying to say. People just get into that marriage and say, okay, I'm married now and I think my purpose on earth is done, which is absolutely incomplete. I wouldn't say it's wrong. Like she said before, there are perspectives to a lot of things, to everything, but it is absolutely wrong when you go with half truth or half knowledge. You have to go with holistic knowledge and holistic truth to help yourself in the relationship. Just like she said, marriages today are breaking. I personally have seen a marriage that lasted for just 1 month, Constance. Just 1 month.
It's sad. It's very sad because, some people go into marriage for the wrong reasons, like I always said.
Yes.
And some people are not ready. It's not about age. Some people think, oh, you're 40 years old now or you're 35 years old, you should be married. Well, it's true. The person should be married, but is the person actually ready to be married?
This is going to lead me to another question, Constance, but just carry on. Yeah.
So some people are not actually ready for marriage because, when these days or back in the days when parents are raising girls, they're raising them to be good homemakers, raising them to be obedient, be service able, like be a good cook, be humble, the virtuous woman lessons. They give all that to the girls, but what they don't give them is how to stay grounded. You understand? How to be versatile. You understand? You have to, especially for women, because we have the capacity to be versatile. So people say, oh, I have 3 kids, I have to cook, I have to wash, I understand all that. That's true. But you know that those things you consider to be chores and difficult and stressful, some people actually conquer doing it. You just need to find a niche, how to figure these things out. Some people stop reading when they get married. And that's the worst thing that can happen to any educated woman, to stop reading when you get married.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we cannot overemphasize this, Constance.
Yes. You need to read everything that is out there, how to grow, whether to grow your finances, to grow your community, to grow your friends, to grow your neighbors, how to communicate. You know how to stand out.
I'm just gonna quickly say something here, because I know you have so much to say, but I'm just gonna say something here, judging from what you just said. Some women get married, and after that, it's just like their value drops. A lot of them stop reading, like you've mentioned. A lot of them stop taking care of themselves. A lot of them even lose their self-confidence in the process, because they eat anything that comes their way. A lot of them stop communicating with people who can positively influence their lives. And this has led, if you check the women race, you can see that we have a lot of jealous people within the women race.
Thank you.
This is the reason, because they fail to stand out. When they see another woman who is standing out, they are bitter.
True.
They are bitter. But if they have been able to maintain that value, what's happening? Flick snip. Flick snippet. Oh, yes, please.
Flick snippet.
Flick snippet. Can you please? Yes, thank you for that. She just joined. She just joined us. Yeah, maybe she'll have something to say, but let me just quickly round up. There's a lot of bitterness and a lot of competition within the women race. This is because a lot of them are failing to carry on with who they were before they got married. These people study a lot of time. These people, they do a lot of things that improves them. But as soon as they leave the singlehood and go into the married family or the married society, let's put it that way, they stop being who they are. They stop being who they were, and it leads to a lot of bitterness. But we are here to encourage us today that marriage doesn't define you. What defines you is your purpose and your value. That you can do much more, even as a married woman. You can make even better and greater impact as a married woman. So can you continue, please? Thank you.
So, like I was saying, I said when we're raising girls, we must teach them how to be versatile. Teach your children how to be versatile, how to be strong, especially the girls. I'm not saying you can't teach boys to be strong. Boys are known to naturally be strong.
Yeah.
You know, but for a woman, your strength, you need to discover it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to really reach inside and discover your strength to be able to achieve your life's purpose outside marriage. Right? So that does not displace the place of marriage. You understand? But however, for that marriage to be a paradise that you envisioned, you have to just do more than just being a wife. You know, you have to do more for your family, for your society, for the community we belong to. There's so much more we can do rather than just... And when you're talking to people about being much more or doing much more, they ask you, oh, what can I do? I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. I'm depending on my husband for everything.
Okay. This is going to lead me to a question just in my head right now. I was writing something. Do you think that marriage enhances a woman's life?
Now, the way I'm going to answer that question is going to be very controversial, right?
Yeah, I want it to be.
And you know, the internet don't forget.
No worries. We are here.
So, let me apply the highest wisdom possible. Now, marriage doesn't like when you go to school, for example. Let me use school for example, right?
Yeah.
You go to school to secure a degree.
Mm-hmm.
That degree is to enhance your life.
Of course, yes.
You know, it's to give you many opportunities. You know, wider opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So it's supposed to enhance your life. So also is marriage.
Yeah.
It is supposed to, like everything you do as you grow, it's supposed to add value. You understand? It is to add emphasis on add value. Marriage is not the value. It's just going to add to whatever is already there.
That makes sense.
You understand? So people crash when they get there and discover that, oh no, I thought marriage was going to make me better. I thought just adding MRS to this name was going to change everything for me. No, it doesn't change anything. You have to understand that it's you. You don't go into marriage and become somebody else. Mm-hmm. It's still you.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, marriage is supposed to enhance your life.
That makes sense. Okay, somebody said,
just as
according to the Bible, marriage is supposed to bring you closer to God, hence adding value. Thank you for that great contribution, SOF, maybe Son of God, I don't know, SOF. Okay.
So marriage is supposed to add or enhance your life. But there's a problem.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a problem here because now I just gave example of when you go to study in school, for example, you get a certificate. It's because you want that certificate to give you a wider range of audience.
Yeah.
So if you go to university and you have the opportunity to study courses that are currently giving people opportunities, I'm not going to mention any course now because I don't want to offend anybody. Yeah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But you now chose to go and study something that is simple. You know, I just want to get in and get out.
Mm.
So you find something simple that you can do. So just so that, you know, you'll be in and out in a quick fix. And then you come to the labor market and you begin to give that labor market name. Says, for me, it's going to be favor market.
Yeah.
Mine is going to be favor market. Darling, it's not going to be favor market because you don't have the favor certificate.
Yeah.
So that's how marriage is. For marriage to enhance your life, you have to be in the right marriage. You understand?
That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to just react to this person who said, according to the Bible, marriage is supposed to bring you closer to God, hence adding value to it. It is true, but it is an incomplete statement, whoever that person is. I thank you for putting your comment there. It is true, but it is an incomplete statement. I'll make it complete. According to the Bible, marriage is supposed to bring you closer to God, hence adding value to your life if you end up with the right person. Because if you end up with the wrong person, marriage...
Yeah, I think that's why the person put the word supposed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's supposed to, but it don't necessarily happen like that because sometimes it could be the wrong marriage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that person is very correct by saying marriage is supposed to, you know.
Yeah, because a lot of people have they ended up not who they want to be because they ended up with the wrong people. Oh, she just said yes, or he said yes. Thank you again for confirming. That's why we said earlier on, it's just not about marriage. It's not just about this thing called marriage. It's about the person whom you are with. The person whom you are with. You can be with the wrong person and your value, your purpose, everything goes down the drain. And as soon as you're with the right person, you start growing, you start becoming who you truly want to be. So, of course, yes, marriage is supposed to enhance your life according to the Bible. Even without us making this a religious thing, it's supposed to enhance your life because when two people come and they chase something, it's going to be easier than an individual chasing that same thing. So this is what marriage should do. Sorry, Constance, you can carry on. Sorry.
So yeah, so sometimes because we choose the wrong marriage, it doesn't necessarily enhance the life that, it doesn't bring the enhancement that that marriage is supposed to bring.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, yes, marriage can enhance your life, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not all the time.
And do you think it's a source of personal fulfillment? Do you think marriage is a source of personal fulfillment?
No.
Why?
Like
Why
I
no?
said.
Why no? Before you answer, I'm going to say, I personally think, on the perspective that marriage could be a source of personal fulfillment, because a lot of women has made that. How am I going to say it now? They've put it as part of the goal they want to achieve in 2026, 2027, 28, 29, as the year goes on. They've put it as part of the goals they want to achieve. So when they achieve that aspect of it, I think it's going to be a source of personal fulfillment to them. Don't you think so?
Well, if you're thinking short term, maybe that's true. But if you're thinking long term, the holistic human nature, it is not true, because human beings are insatiable. Okay. We don't stop growing because we got married, right? So just as you battle your siblings and parents to grow up, you get into marriage, you have to battle your partners to grow up, your children to grow up. You have to be willing to give it all, give it your 100%. Like when people say, oh, marriage is 50-50, that has not proven to be any true recently.
Marriage is 50-50 in what sense? Sorry. 50-50
Yeah, I said, that's a common saying of many people. They say, oh, marriage is 50-50.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get what you mean. Oh, yeah. It could work and it could not work. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. But that's not necessarily, that's very far from the truth of marriage.
So what's the truth?
So to come back to your question, right? Marriage is one of the things you want to achieve. So it cannot be a fulfillment if everything is not complete. So
somebody just said marriage can bring personal fulfillment, but it is not designed for personal fulfillment. Oh, I think that's a good point.
Yeah. So if you ask people who have been married for like 30 years to 40 years, they will give you some information that will shock you as to how marriage, will expose you to many areas of lack in your personal life. So some things you're not ready for, things you never prepared for.
So how many years do you think somebody should be in marriage before the person can conveniently talk about marriage? How many years do you think that?
It could be a day. It doesn't even have to be a year.
Okay.
It could be a day.
You know why I'm laughing? Because sometimes when I scroll through social media, I see people who are just 2, 3, 4 years in marriage. They're already giving marriage counseling. And I will be so interested in that post. Let me see how long this person has been in marriage. That's when I just go through it. I see that this person is just like 2 years, 3 years in marriage. I'm like, what gives this person so much confidence to talk about marriage? Like,
okay, let me give you a scenario. Let me give you a scenario, right?
Listen, yeah.
So somebody got married that I know, a very close friend.
Okay.
And she got married, and she was so lucky. Like she's from a very humble background, right? She got married to a very rich guy. Rich in the sense that he's related to a very, very well-known man of God, very rich, And he's also personally very gifted. He's a pastor himself, and he's a complete man. He's tall, handsome, dark, six-pack, everything.
Oh my God, that's a total package.
Everything checked off, and he prays, and he's attentive, very intentional, very present. and with a thriving career. He's all round, the right package. And then you still see the wife complaining, oh my God, he do this, he's do that. When he's praying, he talks to God like God is his mate. He's not shouting. He's like, those funny, something that will sound crazy to you, like, what's this I'm talking about? People have real problems in marriages.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'll tell her, look, people have real problems in marriages. These things you're complaining this is other people's prayer request.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, just pray, God, give me this kind of husband. And you're complaining. And she will say something like, yeah, because this one is new. My marriage is new now. Do you know what it will be like in 10 years?
Oh, okay.
Now, as true as that statement is, there were some things I was able to tell her to make her understand this. If you think that what you're experiencing now that I consider to be good, if you think they're not going to last, ask somebody who's actually having turmoil in their relationship now if their beginning was like this.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because before you start projecting failure into something you just started, find out if there are people who started like this with you.
Mm.
That's why research is very relevant. As much as it is true that you need to stay in marriage, you need to have experience before you can talk about a subject.
Mm.
It is true. But there are some marriages that within a month or two, you already know this is a good ride.
Yeah.
Maybe from experiences, maybe from people's experiences, maybe from people's testimonies, for all the right reasons. Mm. Everything seems good. Instead of spoiling that thing with your own hand, find out from people if their beginning was even like this to start with.
Yeah. I personally think anybody can talk about marriage regardless of how long you've been in marriage. I think the topic marriage is something that we know before we go into marriage, but going into marriage is just you doing the practical. Everything about theory, but as you get married, you are doing the practical work, and that's where the true lessons of marriage comes from. Anybody can actually talk about marriage, but when you talk about marriage, don't talk about marriage. Do not give marriage counseling from your personal experience and make it a law. You can say, this is my personal opinion. It may work for you and it may not work for you. Because someone sent me a private message yesterday, which I intend to ask as we progress about finances in marriage. But I'll just quickly read what somebody said here. The person said, no spouse can bring personal fulfillment. Yes, no spouse can bring personal fulfillment. I think so too. No spouse can bring personal fulfillment. So I'm going to ask another question. Do you think age has got anything to do with marriage? Like, do you think that there's a specific age for a lady to be married, or a specific?
This is very relevant.
It's very relevant. A lot of people are listening to us on YouTube and TikTok, and they need to know.
This is very relevant. Yeah. So the thing is, two people can grow together.
Yeah.
Yeah, two people can grow together regardless of, as long as they're adults. You understand?
Sorry, please. Guys, can you share the live? Just put your like there and put your comment, please. Don't just listen to us. If you have any suggestion, you can put it as well. We are not islands, so we also are learning, and not just you listening to us the whole time. You can put your comments, your suggestion, your constructive criticism, your likes, your roses, your gift, and everything. Thank you all. Carry on says thanks. Yes, Constance, carry on. We can hear you.
There shouldn't be like as long as they're both adults, you understand, they can't grow together. They can grow together, but However, like I said before, a person needs to be ready for marriage before going into marriage.
Yeah.
You need to be ready for marriage. Both spouses need to be ready, both the man and the woman. They need to be ready for marriage. There's a lot to be discussed around the topic of marriage. There's a lot to learn before you go into it. However, there are things you cannot learn until you are inside.
Exactly. That's a valid point.
Yeah, so no matter, even if there was a university degree to get to prepare you for marriage, however prepared you are still going to wake up to some rude shock in the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you need to prepare for that rude shock. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You need to prepare for whatever may come and how best to handle them.
Mm.
Trust me, people who have been married for 50 years still need counsel in marriage.
Honestly, I was watching, I was checking the statistics, and they said, I think it was here in the UK or maybe in the US. I don't know which of the country, but it's obviously in the Western world. Before I say that, I'll just quickly read what somebody said. How does one handle differing faith or values in a relationship leading to marriage? Okay, we're going to answer this question, but let me just quickly say this. As I saw the statistics, they said women that is over 40, that's the actual time they divorce their husband. So I was like thinking, why? Why is it that they don't divorce their husband when they were like 23 to like 40, 39? And as soon as they're 40 years, that's when they divorce their husband. I'm like, you see the institution called marriage, you can never know the whole thing about marriage. You just need God to help you, and you just need to put in so much work in that institution called marriage. So very quickly, I'll just ask this question so we don't forget, because as the comment keeps coming, it just keeps going up. How does one handle differing faith or values in a relationship leading to marriage? Constance, do you want to go straight into it, or do you want me to?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes. First of all, the Bible says can two be together unless they are agreed.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Can two work together unless they be agreed?
Mm-hmm.
It is very difficult. This is one of the most difficult things in marriage.
Yeah.
Having different faiths or having different values.
Mm.
You understand? It is the most difficult topic in marriage.
Yeah.
So, like I always said, before if you're in a relationship that you feel might lead to marriage, and you are on different pages when it comes to faith, I'm telling you, with my own limited or young knowledge, I'm telling you, don't do it.
Exactly.
Don't do it. Because it might even be, some things might be tolerable in relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? When it comes to marriage and then children start to come, you'll be confusing them. If the goal is to raise your children as Muslims and your spouse wants them raised as Christians, you will confuse those children. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, before okay, yes, carry on.
Without mentioning names, I have someone who recently, was in a relationship where they had different faiths, and when the man wanted to say his prayers, he said to the lady, "I need you to cover your hair," and she said, "I'm not praying with you." And he said, "No, as long as you're a woman and I want to pray, whether you pray with me or not, you need to cover your hair." And she was like, "I'm not even of your religion." He said, "Okay, if you cannot cover your hair, you have to excuse me." And you know how cold the weather is right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if she has to go outside because he's praying in relationship, now tell me what's going to happen in marriage.
And is he praying in the whole of the house, or he's praying in just a room in the house?
He's praying in the room, but it's like a studio apartment.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Like he said, as long as she's within the house, Unless she's going to stay where she will not move to the presence of that man. Like, to me, it just sounded very wrong.
Yeah, it is.
That alone confirms to you that that's a wrong relationship.
And it's going to be a wrong ride. It's going to be a wrong ride.
Yeah.
I thank God.
Very difficult one.
I thank God this person said differing faith or values in relationship leading to marriage. We're not here to tell you to stop the relationship, but we will just only give you our suggestion, what we think, and how you should navigate your way through that relationship or end the relationship. It depends on what you want to do, but this is going to be a very, very difficult and a very, very hard ride if you have to continue with this relationship to marriage, because like we say, love is not enough in marriage. I can say love is the starting point, but love is not what keeps it going. Love is not what's going to end it. So definitely love is not enough. You can put your love in the front and say, I love him and he loves me. But the differing faith, if it's a faith that you don't want to do, you don't want to keep covering all of your face, which is acceptable to other people, it may not be acceptable to you, or you don't want to leave your face open, which is not acceptable to other people, but acceptable to you. And you are in a relationship with someone who likes you to cover your entire face, or who doesn't like you to cover your entire face, you need to think twice, because this is just, how am I going to explain this? This is something that is going to fail, that you already know. You already know it's going to fail. Then there's no point starting it in the first place when you already know the end product is going to be failure. So how can you handle this situation is to think again, and think again, if this is what you truly want to do. If it's what you want to do, then you have to probably give up your faith for that faith. That's what we are going to say, because we will definitely not tell you to leave. We're only going to tell you, just a moment, I have stayed for too much. Okay. I need to confirm this, guys. Okay, back to what I was saying. If you really want to go and you think to you love is enough, you can go ahead. But if you think love is not enough, that you're not going to give up your faith for another thing, then you can call it quit and have a new start. I don't know if Constance have any more thing to say as regards this.
Well, I know that you're trying to be politically correct. That's why you would say, I don't want you to end the relationship.
Yeah.
If you love him enough, maybe you should change your faith to the guy's faith. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said the internet, don't forget, we want to be very careful. But the thing is, we also have to be very, very honest, right?
Yeah.
This is a colossal mistake to think that you can be in that relationship, unless, like you said, unless you want to change your faith to his faith, or change her faith to your faith.
Yeah.
If that's not the goal, my dear sister or brother, this is your bus stop to get out.
Exactly, because I just gave an illustration. Something you already know is going to fail. There's no point starting it. There's no point investing emotions, investing your money, investing your loved ones, investing your life for something you already know is going to fail. If you think you can drop off your faith and pick up his or her faith, that's totally fine by you. But if you think it's something that you cannot do, I don't know. Just like Constance have said, this is your last bus stop. I think it's the best time to get down off the bus. Somebody said, selfishness, pride, and arrogance leads to disunity, and this can lead to division in a relationship. Of course, selfish people should drop that trait and that character before they go into the institution called marriage. And pride, of course, we cannot overemphasize this issue of pride in marriage, most especially to the African man. Constance, And of course, I know you're married to an African man, so you could explain
I know,
properly
right?
what pride is of the African man.
The funny thing is, for those who are proud, they don't even know they're proud.
Oh yeah, they don't. Yes, most of the time.
No, they're proud because they feel it's a right. It's their right. It's what makes them a man.
Mm-hmm.
To be proud. And so if I let down my guard, I will be disrespected. If I let down my if I don't show this woman or this man that I am tough or hard, they will begin to disrespect me. I don't think pride that this guest is talking about, this commentator is talking about, has to do with just the woman or the man. I think pride in general, you understand? One of the things that can destroy relationship is pride.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And all forms of relationship, sister, all forms of, it's not just the marriage relationship, all forms of relationship.
True. It's one of the things that can destroy relationship is pride. And
know the funniest thing, a lot of people think pride is just the raising of your shoulders or the way you walk. But they don't know that pride is way beyond that. Pride is way beyond that. When you don't know how to appreciate your partner, when you don't know how to appreciate the people same team with you, when you don't know how to support them just so they can shine as well, you want to be the only person shining. That is pride. But a lot of, you know why I'm saying these things? It's so common it's so common in family. It's so common in our workplaces. It's so common in the religious setting. They think pride is how you walk around and how you raise your shoulders. But I don't see pride like that. I just see how you walk and how you raise your shoulders when you walk as your personal self-confidence. Pride is you not giving honor to people, but you want to collect. Pride is you not placing people here, but you want to be placed here by people. Pride is you not giving your support when you have to give your support to people, but expect people to give you that support. That is what we call pride. Pride is you not apologizing when you're wrong, but you want people to apologize you every time they're wrong. Pride is you not accepting that you are wrong when you do something that is wrong. Rather, you have to play the victim's card. I'm sorry that I had to
it's okay, listen.
Yeah, because I cannot overemphasize this word called pride. Pride in relationships in the African setting most of the time. Now, let's talk about something, Constance. I was discussing with my parents one of these days. I said some tradition came from pride. Some tradition came from pride, actually. Let's be factual here. When you see a man, they say it's in a man's nature to cheat. A man can get married to 2 women, and that's fine. But the woman should stick to one man. That is pride. That is pride. Or when they say a lot of people who not the Gen Zs, but a lot of people who are mature knows this tradition. I want to say now that the bucket a woman used to bathe should not be brought inside the house, but the bucket the man using bathing can be left inside the house. I think that is pride and partiality. It is pride because I don't understand what's the difference between a man and a woman.
Listen, I was listening to somebody. I was reading an audio book recently, and the guy, he's a Christian, and he said something. He said, when you say that I'm an African, it's African culture for a man to be this or for a woman to be that. And then you still say you are a Christian, you're lost.
Yeah.
You understand? You have to understand that you cannot say you're a Christian and still hold on to the traditions, the cultures of Egypt.
Exactly.
You cannot say you're an Israelite or a chosen one or a reborn, and you are holding on to the cultures and tradition of your ancestors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you say, okay, and you don't want the disease of your ancestors. Are you kidding me?
A lot of them.
What befell you will befall them. I mean, what befell them will befall you. It's not cause of prayer. It's fact.
It's fact.
You understand?
It's fact. A lot of them say it. I personally think also it's pride when it's a woman's job to sweep the house, to clean the house, to wash the dishes, to go to the market, and it's the man's job to sit down and be served, like completely served. Yes, we know there are some things that are easy with the woman. It's easy for the women to do these things like going to the market, cleaning the house, and doing all stuff. Somebody said, then do we hold on to the white man tradition? No, this is not the white man's tradition. This is human tradition. Let's not do this, please. This is human tradition. What a man can do, a woman can do it, and what a woman can do, a man can do it. Let's not hold on to the African tradition of slavery. Let's not hold on to that tradition. If a woman can sweep and can cook and can go to the shop and can do stuff, a man can do same. A man can do same. We're not holding on to the white man tradition. A white man doesn't have a tradition. It's just normal. I'm sorry, I know internet doesn't forget, but I'm not trying to displace respect here. I'm not trying to displace putting the man as your head. I'm not trying to displace that. A situation where a woman came back from work, she's taking care of the kids, she's cooking, she's cleaning. You want her to still go to the market. What are you doing as the man? Are you sitting down and waiting for everything to be about you? Do you understand what I mean, Constance?
Yes, of course I do.
There are various duties and responsibility assigned to gender naturally. So what are the various, okay, I would ask Constance this question. What are the various responsibilities that are assigned to gender naturally? That's what I just said. I said like going to the market, cleaning, of course.
No. There are no natural. Let's call it what it is. This is an African mentality. This is, and it's the way we raised our kids. You know,
I was raised like that, Constance. I was raised like that. We wake up in the morning, we sweep, we cook, we go to the market. This was what we did growing up. And guess what?
It's not just you. It's most African homes, right? When you wake up in the morning, the guys are expected to do other chores, the lady do these chores. Like, it's separated to show that this is a man's job, this is a woman's job, right? And that's wrong.
And they had to pack the whole chores in the house. They attributed it to the woman, and that's why you see that out of 10% of the job, the women are doing like 8 in the house, and the men are doing 2. Please read Proverbs chapter 31. We have read Proverbs chapter 31. We are Proverbs 31 women speaking here. That's who we are. We are Proverbs 31 women speaking here.
I think in marriage, blessing, people have to find their area of strength. Yeah. Right? People have to find their area of strength. They have to sit down and discuss. This is the area where I serve best.
Oh, even this person just said, please, let's not begin to preach feminism. Yeah, oh my God. We're not preaching feminism. Oh, Jesus, just carry on, Constance.
So when you're raising children, raise them wholly, you know, whether they are men or women, raise them wholly.
Exactly.
To be able to function in any area of their lives.
That's why you get men whose wife travels, they go to buy food outside. They go to the shop.
Let me tell you something. You see these African men, right? This is not about feminism or masculinity. These African men, you know, let me lower my voice. Do you know what they do?
Carry on.
When they come to the Western world and they marry, these Western women, they will cook.
Say it louder.
They will cook.
Say it louder.
They will cook.
They will clean.
Clean. Now wait, I'm not there yet. They will run. They will do school runs.
Exactly.
Have their wives breakfast in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will still come out outside their home and still be saying, I'm an African man.
Exactly.
I don't know if you understand.
I get you.
There's no hypocrisy that is as bad as that.
That's not just hypocrisy.
Saying that a woman has rights to some basic things of life is not feminism.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's this word now, this day and age, this generation that changed that word feminism.
Mm.
You understand? I'm a woman that believes that I have rights. I'm a woman who believes that I matter. My voice matters.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion counts. But yet, I still want a man to open the door for me.
Yeah.
Buy me flowers and roses.
Exactly. Teddy bears.
You understand? I still want a man to serve me breakfast in bed.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to be soft. I still want to be pampered. I want to be looked after. I want to be chosen. Yet, I still want to count. That's feminism. I'm not saying, come and give me your cap. Let me wear your cap of leadership.
No. No.
You understand? One thing they don't understand, especially African men, they don't understand that leadership is service. It's not a position. It's service.
Oh,
it's
somebody
a call
said
to serve.
there are women who deserve such treatment, not all women. What do you mean, not all women?
Why would you marry a woman
who doesn't deserve that? You should know a woman who deserves it, and that's the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Thank you.
Not going to marry a woman you know you can't give such treatment.
Treatment to a woman that you want to combat with.
You're married to a Western woman and you do all of these things, and back home you want them to do all of these things to you. And sometimes they even call you, I was checking on social media, one of these ladies, I don't want to even hear men in my life. What happened? Her husband cheated, and because she was angry, she left the house for one night. That man summoned the elders of the family, and they called the woman. Why did you leave the house? Where did you sleep last night? They charged her for goats and every other thing. I was like, but this is unfair. The man just cheated on her, and she has a right to be angry. She has a right to give that man space. But guess what? That is oppression, if I would say. That
happened where?
Of course, it happened from my country, Nigeria.
What I'm talking about. That's what I just said, bless him.
Somebody said that's because they give you a particular face before and after marriage and another. No, there is a particular face you have to dig deep. If you look deeply, you will see that there's another face underneath. So you have to look deeply. I don't think you should blame people for mistake in marriage. I think you should blame yourself first.
Your inability to do research.
Yeah, your inability to research properly and to look deep down. Like we said yesterday, don't just look at the skin, don't just look at the face or the size. All these things, they're going to fade away. You need to look at the personal, the inward part of that person, of that woman. So I don't think, I'm not of the opinion to say I made mistake, it's the fault of the woman or the man. It's your fault for not being able to do a proper research. Like I was saying before I saw this comment, whatever you know, if you end up with a Western woman in marriage, whatever treatment you would give her, should be the same you would give to an African woman, regardless of our culture. Let's stop this selfish culture that was put on us in time past. Whatever you're going to do to a Western woman, an African woman deserves it as well. We are women. There is no woman who doesn't want to be treated like a queen. There is no woman who doesn't want to be served breakfast in bed. There is no woman who would not like roses or flowers. There is no woman who would not like to go out, go to the restaurant. I know the African women nowadays, because of these things, a lot of African women, they've turned themselves into, how do I put it now? Into beggars. Because they didn't actually get these things from our men. But when our men meet with other women, they give her these things. They serve them like a god. So this is not feminism here. This is the fact. I don't know if Constance is still there, but I'm just going to ask.
I'm here.
I'm just going to ask the question: how should a woman deal with marital societal pressure? How should a woman deal with marital societal pressure?
Yeah, that will take us back to the very initial conversation.
Yeah.
The woman should have purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yesterday while we were talking, I said something. I said, you have to be more as a woman.
Mm.
You have to be more than just being a prepared package for a man. You have to be more. Mm-hmm. The reason why many of these women subdue themselves to societal pressure is because that's all they are. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, everybody, every parent wants children to grow holy, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Which will include them marrying and having other children of their own. But when you are more than just being, excuse me.
No worries.
Just a child or a daughter or a friend or a sibling. People have many other qualities to look at than just saying marry.
Yeah.
You have to be more.
Mm-hmm.
If you are more, people would have other areas of your life to focus on.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. SC I don't know who this is. SC just joined us as a guest. I don't know if she has anything to say.
So when we're waiting for her,
yeah,
I want to add that as a woman, you don't have to bend to any pressure, pressure of any kind, to do what you cannot, what you need time, prayers, consultation, research to do. Jump into anything because somebody said so. If the husband is not coming or the wife is not coming, channel your energy into something new. Learn something new. Go back to school. Learn a trade. Learn a skill.
Yeah.
Start a business. Do something challenging. Challenge yourself. Focus on yourself. Rebrand yourself.
Exactly. You know, when Stephanie Francis, good evening, sis. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. If you have your question, just put it on the comment section. But I noticed you just joined. We've been talking about what defines you as a woman. That's what we've been talking about, Stephanie. Thank you for joining. Anyways, while I got this question, it was a personal question. While I got this question on the chat, I was thinking, how should a woman deal with societal marital pressure? Just like Constance have said, first of all, prioritize yourself, self-awareness. You need to know who you are. You need to know that marriage doesn't make you complete. It's just an enhancer of who you are. It doesn't make you complete. It doesn't make you a complete woman. It will enhance your womanhood, but it will never make you complete. So you have to prioritize your self-awareness, knowing who you are, that with or without marriage, I'm still going to be that woman God wants me to be. Am I downgrading marriage? No. Am I putting marriage down? No. I'm just saying that marriage doesn't make you complete. it only enhances who you are, who you want to be, and who God has said you should be. And also, one way to deal with societal marital pressure is to set boundaries. Set boundaries. You know, I've talked about boundaries before, and I will keep talking about boundaries. You are supposed to know those people who, or those things, or those places that makes you feel uncomfortable when you're not married. There are people who speak to you, ones are even great. While there are some, their actions sends the message across to you, making you feel like you're not worth it. They make you, because they are married and you are yet to be married, they make you feel you are less of a woman. You have to set your clear boundaries. Those places that makes you feel less of a woman because you're not married, stay away from those places. Those people that makes you feel less of a woman because you're not married, stay away from those people. And those things that makes you feel less of a woman because you're not married, stay away from those things. Provided, as a woman, you are walking in line to be married. Provided you are doing everything possible to be married. You are not just seated and saying, I don't know what to do. Or you start talking against marriage because you're not married. Somebody asked a question, how do you define a successful marriage? We would answer that question. I just want us to quickly deal with this. We would answer this question. This is a very, 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 very great question. Then another thing is focus on you, on your access. Focus on you. Don't focus on anything. Just like Constance said, you have not built yourself. You don't even know your value. You don't know your purpose. You are talking about marriage. Of course, you will be pressured. The society will pressure you because you don't know who you are. But when you give value, you communicate value. Oh, I need to add, yes, Osaze is here if she has anything to say. When you have value for yourself, you would not feel pressured by the society. And you're going to set boundaries, block your ears to anything, so long as you're walking towards getting married. So long as you're walking towards getting married. So every woman here listening to us today, if you are yet to be married and you truly want to be married, walking towards getting married, don't feel pressured. Just keep focusing on yourself. Keep building yourself. Keep building capacity. Keep making yourself valuable. You will definitely get married. Osaze Ogbe, if you have anything to say, you can just let us know if you have anything to say. But Constance, I don't know.
When I do, I will let you know.
Okay. Constance, oh yeah.
Yes, just to add to what you have said. If as a woman you're of a marriageable age, even if you're not married, make sure you are a woman of substance. People want to come around you regardless of whether or not you're married, because you have something to give.
Exactly, your values. Exactly.
Yes, because you have something to give, because they can't do without you. They don't want to offend you.
Mm-hmm.
So even when they're going to ask you to get married or suggest that you get married, they're going to do it politely and with all the respect in the world.
Exactly. And to all the women listening to me here now that are yet to be married, anybody who speaks to you rudely, reminding you that you're not married, that person should be blocked. I am telling you now, that person should be blocked. If anybody has to speak to you about marriage, the person should do it politely, because you don't get husband from the market. I'm talking to those women who are doing everything possible to be married, not those who are not working hard, not those who do not care, but every woman who cares, and they are doing everything possible to be married and to be maritally settled. Anyone who speaks to you rudely as regard marriage should be blocked. Should be blocked on Facebook, should be blocked on TikTok, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, and on X. That person deserves to be blocked. block that person, because the person is going to pressure you. When the person pressure you, you make a mistake and you may end up like that person. The person may not even be happy in his or her marriage. He just wanted to make some mistake like he or she did. So it's going to do everything possible to pressure you. And you should understand also that there are some that comes from a place of love. That should be clearly understood. When it comes from a place of love, they want you to be maritally settled. Just like Constance said, they're going to do it politely. They're not going to mock you. They're not going to rubbish you at every given opportunity that you are not married. So I don't know if we've been able to deal with that question, but I'll just quickly go to a question that was dropped here on the comment section. How do you define a successful marriage? How do you define a successful marriage?
So now, for some people, success is related to marriage. Related to money and resources. Why for some other people, success is just the peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now, for a successful marriage, the two people have to be happy, fulfilled.
Mm.
They have to be team. They have to be a team. They have to be happy. They have to be a team. They have to make each other happy, not happy outside the marriage. That's when you know that the marriage is successful. They make each other happy.
Mm.
The man is happy to come home. The woman is excited to receive her husband. And, they're also an example to other people.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm just going to add to what you just said. How to define a successful marriage is the peace you enjoy in the marriage. And I'm sorry for the noise that's coming from my background. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. It's the peace you enjoy in the marriage, as well as your personal growth and development. I've always said this. If you get married as having 1 degree, let's make that as an example, because that's the best example I can make. If you get married having just 1 degree, you should have multiple degrees inside marriage. That's personal growth and development. So marriage should amplify what you were before. Marriage should not diminish you. So what you were before, if your peace, the peace you had before increased, the joy you had before increased, your physical things, your physical achievement like certificates, talents, gift and everything, if it multiplies, it means you have a successful marriage. And if you guys have good communication, you communicate together in love, you have that peace. There is no peaceful person in marriage who will not be successful. So the first thing, I don't want to put a number to it, but when you have peace in that marriage, when you don't have the feeling of insecurity, it means you are having a successful marriage. Everything you were before, if it amplifies, it means you are having a successful marriage. I don't know if we've been able to answer this question. And I don't know if Constance have anything to say, but I'll just quickly read one of the comments here. It said, if you want a queen's treatment, you need to be a queen, not just a woman without integrity. Yeah, it's obvious that this person who wrote this thing didn't join us from the very start. When we started with what defines you as a woman, and we talked about your purpose. The speaker talked about your purpose, and your purpose, one of your purpose. Also, we talked about your personal quality, which includes integrity. So if you want a queen's treatment, you need to be a queen and not just a woman without integrity. Of course, that's so true. So I'll just quickly, I can.
Listen, I think you should bring this person in or send them a request an invite. You know why I'm saying it?
Yeah.
It looks like this person has a lot to give us on this topic, because right now it is true that, you know, to be a queen, you have to be a woman of integrity, right? If you want a queen's treatment, you need to be a queen, not just a woman without integrity. So you can tell us what are those qualities to look out for in a woman, you know, what he sees or thinks to be integrity in a woman, you know?
I have just tried to invite the person. I hope, okay. I hope you would join us. I hope you would join us. But let's just carry on, because everybody says if you want to be a queen, you should act like a queen. Now I'm going to ask this person who dropped this comment here. How do you define integrity as a woman? How do you define a woman who has integrity? How do you define a woman who has integrity? This person who asked the question.
What do we look out for?
What do we look out for? We talking here. We are women. So of course you're a man. So you should know a woman who has integrity. But while we are trying to reach him, I will just quickly ask another question. Should your husband or your wife have access to your bank details? Constance. That's really a very massive question, if I would say that. Should your husband or your wife have access to your bank details? Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, like I said before, right? I said in marriage, there should not be my money, your money, right? Everything should be, if you're a team. But however, that's relative. Why I say it's relative, that I've seen relationship where, you know, the two people are joining money together and the man will steal the money. Now, wait, it's not one-sided. Let's be clear. But this particular situation, the man will take the money. Now, he didn't take the money to buy food for the house or parents or, you know, take care of the household. No, he would take this money and go play bet. Gamble. Yes. So he doesn't care how the school fees gets paid, or how sometimes it's not even their money. Maybe it's somebody else's money, a loan or something, you know. And it could be credit card. And we know that credit cards are loans.
Yeah, of course.
They're not like your personal money. And then he'll take this money and use it to play gamble, bets, you know, Naira bets, whatever bet they call the bets these days, you know, and it's bringing this woman down. In that situation, I would not advise the house or the other half to continue to share her banking information, because it's clearly not serving a good purpose. So, you know, I've also seen situations whereby the couple are saving towards something realistic, like buying a house or something, and the woman will take money from that account, like $5,000, and go buy a designer bag. And tell the husband, oh, that bag too is an investment. I can always sell it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. You're not being trustworthy.
Yeah.
And if I cannot trust you with money, why should I share my money details with you?
So it's, in a nutshell, it's you are not of the opinion that a man and a woman should have a joint account.
They could if they are both on the same page.
Yeah, financially, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, if they're not on the same page, that's a very detrimental way to go about it.
Yeah. Anyway, you just answered the question. We don't have to overflog the issues. You need to know the man or the woman you're married to. If it's the one who is careless with cash, it's not advisable for you to give your account details to them. But if they are the ones you can trust financially, then that's totally fine. Then on the aspect of having a joint account, again, you need to be able to financially trust that person before you can open a joint account with them. But I'll just quickly read what this person said. He said, the person who said, a woman of integrity. A woman with integrity is one who has value and the words are aligned, whether she's being watched or not. Okay, this makes sense. whether she's been watched or not. Anyways, why somebody said, transparency is very important, but you have to trust the person you are in a relationship with. Yes, we have said that before. This is a very brilliant, it's a very, very brilliant comment here. Transparency is very, very important, but you have to trust the person. And trust is built. You don't just see a person today and trust that person today. You don't just see a person today and trust that person today. You have to watch that person over time. And back to what that other person said, that a woman should have value and integrity, whether she's been watched or not. Now, we are going to define integrity. Integrity and honesty to me is doing the right thing, whether people are watching you or not. Now, I personally have a problem with a man going after a woman, chasing her and watching her closely. You will definitely not see nothing. Have you heard of this phrase? The more you look, the less you see. In my own opinion, if I want to watch people, I just pay less attention to them, and their true personality start playing out. But when you watch them closely, like follow them back to back, you would definitely not see nothing. You would not see nothing. So I know it's got a lot to do with integrity. But at the same time, let's watch it. I don't know if Constance have anything to say. Oh my God, this person is just dropping and dropping. I'll just read what this person said. He said, honesty in words and action, consistency. Okay, he's trying to list out what constitutes a woman of integrity. Honesty in words and actions, number 1. Number 2, consistency. Number 3, moral courage. Number 4, respect for boundaries. Okay, yes, this person is actually correct. I just chipped in honesty in words and in action. You need to be honest in your words and in your action. Don't say something else and obviously do something else. And you need to be consistent with what you do. Consistent with what you do, I think that's an incomplete statement. If you say consistency, what if the person is at the moment doing something that's wrong? So the person should be consistent in doing the wrong thing. I think consistency in the right direction. Moral courage. Yeah, moral courage and respect of boundaries. This is a valid and a very strong point. Moral courage. You know, it's really hard to get people who are morally upright in our present generation. But we will bring you a topic as it relates to moral courage or morality. Trust is the fastest means to betrayal. Oh my God. People should earn your trust and not demand it. I need to write this down. It's a very valid point. Trust is the fastest. Constance, what do you have to say?
You know, I was telling you, I said maybe you need to bring this person up.
I tried bringing this person up.
We might have a lot to learn from this person. But however, let me say something here. If you, to add to what you were saying earlier, if you marry a man or you marry a woman that you have to watch, you've married.
Yeah.
Because my policy in life is just make it short. Don't make it too long. If it's too long, there's a problem. You know?
Yeah.
If you marry a person, I'm not talking about whether or not the person, what the person has to be or how they have to be. You understand? If you marry someone, you need what's life behind them. I'm not saying the person is the wrong person, but that person is wrong.
We can hear you properly.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
So I'm saying that if you marry a person, that you have to watch the person. Like some people, they will have to put GPS on their wife's car or their husband's car. Some people have to install CCTV.
Yeah.
Some people have to bug the phone. Once you marry somebody that you need to do that for, you are in the wrong marriage.
Exactly. Like some people have to wake up in the morning and just drive straight to the person's house, be it a man or a woman. Some people have to call their partner or the person whom they are in a relationship with once or twice. When they are not picking, they are suspecting. Some people have to, in the midnight, at the dead of the night, wake up from their sleep to go check on that person. That's going to lead you into destruction. It's just going to...
Can I say something?
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Like I said the other day, that you shouldn't get married to someone you cannot invest in.
Mm-hmm.
I also think you should not get married to a woman or a man that you cannot trust from afar.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be around the person, to checkmate the person every now and again, to be sure that the person is truthful or sincere. I think you shouldn't get married to a person because you will not be around the person every day. So I think that's my point on this.
Yes, that's a very valid point, Usaze. That's a very valid point. Like we've been saying, and Constance have been saying, relationship should ease your life. It should not burden you. Relationship should not push up your blood pressure. Relationship should regulate your blood pressure. And if that relationship is pushing up your blood pressure, it means you are in a wrong direction. It's going to be a very bumpy and a very, very rough ride. And it's going to lead to nowhere. You don't have to, you should be, like you said, Osaze, you should be able to end up with a person or be in a relationship with a person that you trust from afar. And just like one of the commenters said here, he said, trust should be earned. It should not be demanded for. I don't understand. Why would you even demand trust in the first place? You should allow people earn your trust, and you should earn people's trust.
You know, I understand where that person is coming from, Blessing. You know, there's some people in relationship, the partner is saying, oh, you told me you were going to be in XYZ and I'm calling you now, you're in ABC. And she'll be like, no, you have to trust me.
No.
You are supposed to trust me. You should trust me. No, darling. No.
That's why I said yesterday when I said, if you want to be a good person, you should be able to manage your manager. And I explained how to manage your manager. Report yourself at every given opportunity. When I mean reporting yourself, I don't mean telling the person, reporting yourself like a kid. But if something changed, you are supposed to be in the United Kingdom, you are in the US, like Constance is in the US, you should be able to give a call or send a message that something happened that I had to go to America. I'm not in the United Kingdom, like I told you. And this is the reason why I went there. This is the reason. Somebody just dropped a message. He said, should we marry a man who talked down on his lady in public and act like a saint in private? No. I'm sorry. No, I just have to be blunt with that answer. You should not marry a man who talks you down in public and act like a saint in private. Somebody who talks you down in public is that person belittling you and want to destroy your self-esteem and your self-confidence as a woman. So don't end up with that person. Don't marry that person. If at all you have to marry a man, and you want to marry a man, not at all. If you want to marry a man who respects you both in public and in private. Because if it is the other way around, if he talk down on you in private and he respects you in public, you will definitely not have your confidence in public because he already talked you down in private. So don't end up with such a man. I don't know if Constance or Osaze has anything to say as regards this question, please.
Yeah, listen, a man should never talk you down.
Yes. Don't give
woman
him.
Your partner should never talk you down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They should, if anything, they should, give you the boost of confidence to face anybody else, criticism outside. When some spouse correct their spouses, when some people correct their spouses, they do it in the most demeaning way.
Yeah. So a man who talks you down, he doesn't have respect for you. And a woman who talks down on you doesn't have respect for you. And all you need in a relationship is respect. Respect is going to lead to every other thing. It's going to lead to love. It's going to lead to respecting your boundaries. It's going to lead to everything. No woman or a man should marry a partner who disrespects you in public and respect you in private. Yes, somebody just answered that. You should not end up with such person. That person would demean you and reduce your self-confidence and your self-esteem. In the first place, why would they disrespect you? If you have done something wrong, it is appreciated and appropriate. He calls you and tells you, this is what you've done wrong. I don't want you to do this again. You should be able to communicate. Positive communication. I would read another comment. Speed is not an advantage in the wrong direction. When you notice you are in the wrong relationship. Exactly. This is a very, very valid point. Speed is not an advantage in the wrong direction. When you notice you are in the wrong relationship, I don't understand. You are in the wrong relationship and you are speeding. It's not worth it. End it no matter your sacrifice. Yes, end that relationship no matter your sacrifice. And in the first place, before we start putting so much sacrifice into things, we should be mindful of it. We should be mindful. Before you sacrifice anything, your time, your energy, your emotions, your values, your worth, your personality, before you sacrifice it, make sure you know what you're sacrificing it for. And we're coming to the end of this live now. Oh, it's a lot of comments here. Another person asked, does respect has to do with one-sided, like just coming from the woman? Constance, I'll leave you to answer this, please.
No, respect is both ways.
Okay.
You understand? Respect is both ways, but you have to earn that respect.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to earn it. Even if it's a relationship of marriage, you have to earn your respect. If and when your husband, wants to go into your phone and there are 7 locks to private information, there are deleted messages. You understand? There are hidden calls, hidden text messages, and you want that man to respect you. How is that even possible? You have not earned that respect. You've given him more reason to doubt.
Yeah.
Than you have given him to be clear. And vis-a-vis, it's the same for the woman and this. Unfortunately, African men, they demand respect. They demand it. They don't even earn it. Yeah. They demand it. They think it's their right. By default, you should respect me. No, sir. You cannot, be multifaceted to a woman and you want her to respect you. Mm-hmm. You cannot disrespect her and expect her to disrespect you. Expect her to respect you. You understand?
Yeah.
You cannot gaslight a woman and expect her to respect you. And unfortunately, that's very common with African men. They gaslight the woman.
Ooh, they are so gifted with that.
Mm-hmm. They gaslight the woman and they said she's not respectful. If you create hellfire, you will meet demons.
Exactly.
If you want angels, you create heavens for them. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. And vis-a-vis.
I've said this before. There is no woman whom you treat like a queen who is not going to treat you like a king. And there is, if you know you can treat a certain woman as a queen, do not end up with her. Don't end up with her. So you would be able to give her a queen's treatment so you can get a king's response. Now, the reason why most women are disrespectful to you as a man is because yourself, you don't have respect. You don't place respect and value on yourself. Maybe you are so commanding, you're so authoritative, you are so you act like a jobless man, trying to watch our every move. Yeah, because if you have something to do, you would go into a relationship with somebody that you truly trust. When a woman, somebody put here, when a woman or when a man or a woman begins to doubt each other on issues, such relationship can never last. That is so true. When you start doubting yourself, I always say this, the foundation of every relationship should be trust. If you already have trust issues with that person, my brother and my sister, my friends, you need to think again, is this what I truly want to do? Because you already know that it's going to fail. Why do you want to start it? If he starts insulting you in public and acting like a saint in private, you already know that this is a time of waiting to explode. Why do you want it to explode on you? I believe relationship is not a do or die affair. When you can't take it anymore, just end it. That's on period. That's on period. When you can't take it anymore, call it quit. It's a journey. Relationship, marriage is a journey. And most of the time, when you start this journey and you stop somewhere, somebody said that's true. Thank you for that comment. When you start it and you stop at the middle, it's an incomplete journey. Sometimes you are lost. That's why you see a lot of women, they are struggling to get back on their feet because their marriage ended. They ended at the middle of nowhere. They don't know where to go. They can't go back, they can't move forward, they're just stuck there. That's why you see a lot of them are bitter, they are angry, they are having this feeling of depression, they are anxious over everything. And when they even see people, marriage and relationship working, they will be like, all men are the same, don't worry, after 10 years she will see. No, everybody's not going to end their marital journey at the middle of nowhere. Some people are going to carry on until death do them part. So please be mindful of your decision, of your marital decision. Be very, very mindful. I said before, marriage should be something of vision, not just today, not the skin, not the face, not the size, not the pocket. All these things are good, but they are not the main point. The main point is vision. How do I see this relationship or this journey, this marital journey? How do I see this marital journey in the next 20 years? That's how it is. It's just like a business starting up. Another person, I try to put this person on board, but this person is not accepting. People are too afraid to end a toxic relationship because they are too lazy to start a better one. Ooh, I love this. I love this. And I need to write this down. I need to write this down. Constance, do you have anything to say, please?
Yeah, like we said, it's almost, well, as true as that statement is, right? It's not even laziness. People are too afraid to end a toxic relationship because they are too afraid to start a better one. Not really that laziness, it's just fear of the unknown. People are slow, let me rephrase that. People are slow to end toxic relationship because they are afraid of starting a new one. People will say, oh, the devil you know is better than the angels you don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, where do you start? All of them are the same. You do this, you make that mistake again. The truth is, you never know.
Thank you for this person who said, I love this discussion. It's very important. This discussion is very important in our today's world because we see many, okay, I need to add this person because he's been the one dropping the comment and the comment and the comment. These days, relationships do not last because of what he said. People are too afraid or people are too slow to end a toxic relationship to start up a new one. The angel you know or the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. Why don't you just leave that devil you know and Just try. Just try. Somebody said to me, if I leave this job, I don't know if I will get another job. I don't know. I said, you know what? If this job threatens your peace of mind, if this job threatens your peace, if this job threatens your self-esteem, I said, leave it now. Because there is something that toxicity does to a person. I'm going to say this. Toxicity reduces your self-esteem. It breaks you to the point where you don't feel confident enough to go somewhere else. You are stuck on there. So however they like, that's how they're going to treat you. It makes you stuck. It just gradually breaks your self-confidence. It breaks your self-esteem. And when you finish breaking it, you are empty. You don't have any more value to give out to the labor market. So you are stuck on there. However they like, that's how they're going to treat you. Another person put here again. A lot of persons are too comfortable to be where they are, being disrespected. That's true. They are too comfortable to be where they are being disrespected. Yes, that's why I said anywhere you are being disrespected is a toxic place. And disrespect start like this, and then it graduates to this, and to this, and to this, and to this. And then it's the whole of your body. This is the damage it does to you when you take it. It destroys your self-confidence. It destroys your self-esteem. And when your self-confidence and your self-esteem is destroyed, you are so destroyed to the point that you can't even move forward. You don't see yourself good enough to try something new. You become stuck on there, and they're going to disrespect you even more. So please, let's be mindful. Another person said, because of material things and have this mindset, he will change. Constance.
Yes, please.
Do you think an adult will change? We're bringing this to a close, but people just keep asking questions.
No, you can't change him. You can't change her. You understand? You cannot change people. I'm not saying that adults don't change. No. If you marry a man or a woman with the hope that they're going to change in man, you've done yourself the greatest disservice. They're not going to change.
Okay.
That is not to say that people don't change. That's not what I'm saying. But they will not change because of you. If they were going to change because of you, they would have done that before the marriage.
Yeah.
So if you go into marriage thinking, oh, yeah, he's cheating now, but when we get married, he's not going to cheat.
Mm-mm.
No.
It's going to be times 2. If
you've done yourself a great disservice.
Yeah, and if he lays his finger on you and he tells you it's going to change and you believe it's going to change, it's going
if
to...
I lay a finger is too much said. If he raises his hands in relationship,
yeah,
he will bring it down in marriage. There's no stopping him.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to end this live here because you guys are just asking your questions and your questions. We're coming back again. Okay.
Before we end it, I want to say, Jude,
I think you should ask people if they want you to end the live first.
Okay. I would ask, do you want me to end the live? Can you put it on the comment section? And somebody just said, what if she insults you in relationship?
Why are you going to marry that person? They're already insulting you
in relationship. Good answer. Is that simple? Why would you end up with somebody who insults you?
Okay, so before we end this live, there's something I want to say. I was going to say that yesterday, and I want to say it today.
Okay.
Number one, as a woman, be soft. Softness is power. It's not weakness. Be soft. Whatever that softness means, maybe we'll have another time to discuss it next time, but be soft. That's not weakness. That is your power. Some women are so tough today that you can hardly see them shed tear. They wear this heavy exterior as if they're in a battlefield. You understand? With the Amalekite.
Oh my God.
You are a woman. You have been clothed with softness. Don't trade it for strength, unknown strength.
Yeah.
It's not weakness. That is your power.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, leadership is a position of service, not a position of headship.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Is a position of service. And three, love without respect is hollow, is empty.
Yeah.
Love without respect is hollow. Another thing I want to say, I want to quickly address something you mentioned at the beginning of the conversation. That recently it has been discovered that women resort to divorce, especially around the age of 40 and over.
Yes, statistically proven.
That is statistically true.
Yeah.
That's proven statistics. And the reason is because most women come to the full knowledge of who they are at the age of 40.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point.
People are thinking, because of civilization, because of the world, because of Western world. No, it is not true. Now let's take it back. I'm taking it back to when I was much younger. The couples I saw growing up, the couples I knew, from my parents to my siblings, to people around, to neighbors, the women started speaking out at the age of 40. I'm not saying the marriage necessarily ended, but that was the age they started to speak out. The fact that they continue to remain in that marriage and make it work doesn't mean that, it was all perfect. No. They started coming to the full knowledge of their rights and positions in a relationship at that age. Because at that age, you begin to care less for minimal things, little things. You begin to start to focus on yourself. You need to center some reasoning on yourself. So that's why at that age is when people make some daunting decisions. So that's my last thing.
And do you know that as a woman starts approaching 40, she doesn't have time for unnecessary drama, or when she's 40. She's just like, no, I don't want to live this life. When a woman,
exactly.
Yeah, when a woman just gets to that age, or she's approaching that 40 age, she'd be like, I don't know how I ended up with this man. Was I manipulated? Was I bewitched? But this was the person they said, oh, I love this person. I love this man. I can die for him. I can do all sorts for him.
Exactly.
So
that's
women also.
That's the truth.
Women also at that age, they stop seeking validation. They just stop seeking validation. They just like themselves the way they are. They be like, I don't care how you see me or what you think of me. I just like myself. I don't bother if you validate me or not. But I think it should be way more before that age, before 40.
Unfortunately, blessing, the woman's development is plagued by many things.
Yeah.
Because from when she's 14 or 13 years old, she's concentrated on how do I look? What do I look like? How is my hair? How is my hip? How is my face? With so many things to be bothered with, and her body's changing. The hormones are raging. The development from the inside, and she has to deal with monthly cycles. And these cycles come with a lot of traumatic experiences for different people. There's some people that, they see their cycle for 7 days, some for 10 days, some for 5 days, 4 days, 3 days. And they have to go through all that, and they're worried, and all these infatuations are going on. The emotions are going on. They're worried about their parents. What their parents want them to cook better, look better, do better. All those things they are growing with it, and then they want to go to school, and they get to school, and they want to learn, and they're learning. The lecturer is on is doing his own. The classmates are doing their own, and she's being bothered. And her mom will call her at home. You see what your daddy did? Daddy will call her home. Your mom is not. And then she's growing, and then she get married with all of this drama going on. And then she gets married, and then she's trying to have kids, and then she has kids. And then after, like, when she's 40, maybe she got married at 30. At 40, she already have, like, 3 kids. Right now, it suddenly dawns on her that, look, I'm almost done. I've lived half of my life.
Yeah.
For other people. What about me?
What about me? Exactly. So
the minute she starts asking questions about what about me, she starts to find reasons to demand respect. Demand that people treat her with respect. When I was younger, there's some questions some people could ask me, and I'll sit down and explain. You ask me those questions today, I would not. I would not explain. Because I feel like I've passed that stage.
Yeah,
I've passed the stage. I'll give you what I owe you. If that's not enough for you, I'm sorry.
You know what you just said it just strike a chord right now. Before, I used to overly explain myself to people. I used to overly explain myself. Blessing, why did you not do this? I just want to explain and explain and explain. But it just got to that point. It just got to that point where I said, for God's sake, I don't owe anybody any explanation.
Exactly.
Why do I keep explaining myself to people? I just make my decision, and I said, you know what? It works if it works, and it doesn't work, I am going to be at the receiving end. So just let me be. I don't want to explain why I did what I did, or why I made the decision I made, or why I went where I went to. I don't want to explain myself anymore. I just feel it gets to that point in your life where you just get to this point. You just get to this point. But,
exactly. You just get to the point where you don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you don't really care. It's just that you're now centering on yourself.
Yeah, you're just self-focusing.
Yes, exactly. You're taking a minute to let it sit well with me before it sits well with other people.
Yeah.
And at that point, it becomes difficult for other people to relate.
Exactly.
You know why?
Exactly. Because all the time you've sacrificed for them, you've made it about them.
Yeah. So it becomes difficult for them to relate. It becomes cumbersome, especially for those who are raised with entitlement mentality that you have to explain yourself to them. And then when you're not explaining yourself, they feel like, no, this woman is being disrespectful.
And some of them are going to call you all sorts of names, like proud, like arrogant, like
yes. Oh my goodness.
They're going to call you worldly.
Bookmark that word. Oh my goodness. Yes. Make sure you highlight that statement.
All right.
That's what they begin to say. When you begin to stand up for yourself, you're considered arrogant, proud, because you don't want to explain yourself.
Yes, worldly. And some may even say the Spirit of God has departed from you. For those of us that are Christians, they say you don't have the Spirit of God anymore. You know what? We're ending this life now. We're going to continue. Maybe not tomorrow, but I will definitely put the flyer there. We're going to continue. I don't know if I will be able to host my guest again, but I want to try and host another person. But I would also add her to the guest because I have been enjoying her, to be honest. Somebody said, are we saying we shouldn't explain when we are not clear? Yeah, you should explain, but you should not overly explain yourself. It's that simple. When you overly explain yourself, it's showing how less confidence you are with yourself.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Constance, for coming on this live podcast. I'm truly grateful.
Thank you for having me.
It means a lot to me, and it's so clear that a lot of people are asking questions, and it's so clear that we are trying to answer the puzzle that is in the heart of a lot of people. Somebody said,
excuse me, Blessing.
All right.
There's one question, comment you did not react to. It said, please end this life with a word of advice concerning purpose and marriage for the younger generation.
All right, I'll leave that with you, Constance.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine. So yes, concerning purpose and marriage, you know, a purpose is who you are.
Yeah.
Marriage is going to add to that.
Okay.
So as a person, as this younger generation, as you're growing, as you're coming up, be your ability to multitask is pivotal. It's very important.
Okay.
Be a whole woman, like a whole. Be a full package. Exactly, that's the word. Be a full package. Be self-sufficient, self-reliant.
Okay, I'm gonna make a last.
You must also work on some characters that will stand you out, like humility.
Yeah.
Being a good listener.
All right. Thank you very much for that. I'm just gonna add two things here to end this live section. That the first one is marriage is not an investment plan or a poverty alleviation scheme.
No.
Secondly, carry yourself as a woman gracefully and graciously. Do not let anyone talk you down as a woman. If it threatens your peace, if it threatens your self-esteem, if it threatens your self-confidence, leave it. Whoever threatens your peace, threatens your self-esteem, and threatens your confidence, block them. Anywhere you go that threatens your peace, threatens your confidence, and threatens your self-esteem, and throw your hard work underneath the carpet, stop it. These are the 3 points I want to make. Whatever doesn't make you feel joyful, peaceful, graceful, end it, block it, and stop it. I will be ending this live here. I want to say thank you guys for coming on my live. I appreciate you for listening to us. We are not the best people. We are not the best talkers, but we have values to communicate, and you have given us listening ears to communicate our values to you. We really appreciate you, and we'll be coming again live. We don't know what time. We could not, maybe not tomorrow, but we'll definitely put the flyers on all our platforms. On TikTok, like you know, Blessing Imafidon. On YouTube, like you know, Blessing Imafidon God's Own. On IG, Blessing Imafidon. On X, Blessing Imafidon. And on Facebook, Bless Josh Studio. Thank you for the wonderful convo. Thank you very much for this comment, Ebos. I really, really appreciate you. If you have not subscribed, please do. If you have not given us a follow, please do. We just want to say we love you. Thank you again, Constance, for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you. Bye.